Today, we were listening to your panel discussion, and you were talking about the African representation and how we've been represented as Africans in the film industry internationally. Can you please speak more about that?
Let's start this way. In the new democracy, we have all our languages as official languages. But the way we treat ourselves in our writings of scripts, we do it as though it is development when you do things in our languages, but it is art when you do them in English and Afrikaans. And it's our fault.
We are of the notion in South Africa that Nguni languages are the ones that are mostly received because of the demographics of the numbers in population being Nguni, either Zulu, Ndebele, Xhosa, etc. But we have an audience that speaks other languages in South Africa, and that is where the flair is, that is where our culture is. So it is a bit like, you know, doing a disservice to ourselves, not showcasing the rest of who we are. You know, you look at Nollywood showcases more than 50 languages that they have and dialects.
We do not respect the very people that come from the outskirts of Gauteng and Western Cape and KZN, who speak these languages in their best form, because we are so used to Model C sort of intonations, and you just think, whoa, Emampil, Afrikaners, that from the time we got television, they have one of the best dramas globally. Why? They originate their stories in their language.
I think it's really about time that we are proud of what we do, because it is a platform for everybody to learn about our stories, watch our stories, see us through our stories. Otherwise it becomes pointless trying to match or adopt a format that already works out there, and having to miss the opportunity of showcasing your craft purely as for what it is.
I think the more we begin to find our stories and our language and our culture as art, then the world out there will respect that.
I look at movies like Tsotsi that made it, on a worldwide stage, and but when you look at the content in there,
The texture,
and the texture,
the language, the environment, the craft, not the craft, the art department, you will never find it anywhere else but in Alexandra Gomorrah. We should be proud of that.
Representation needs to graduate to presentation, and we do it artistically so that the story holds. It's not just affirmative action, BEE, but that work can take the test of time and territory and the demands of television and film screens globally. And I think we can. We've started, but let's go further.
Dr. John Kani recently with the Wakanda and adding a Xhosa language into the Black Panther. Do you feel like we need to do more of those, adding our languages and teaching the world our language?
You look at Nollywood showcases more than 50 languages that they have and dialects, and their style of shooting, when they were mocked and said their one scene goes on for 30 minutes, just one scene, you know, that's who they are, and they were able to grow from that, and that is why they are where they are today.
Zolas, welcome to Up Close.
Thank you.
You look stunning, by the
Thank you
way.
so much.
You look gorgeous.
So do you.
Thank you. Thank you. 10 years within the industry, hey? Tell us about your journey.
At my very young age of 32 today, it's been a
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy
Happy birthday.
For that
Yeah,
one.
happy
That's what I was
birthday.
waiting
Yes.
Wow, 10 years now. It sounds like it's a long mile, it is, but for me, I look at it as like a 10-year-old. And when you look at a 10-year-old, there's still a long journey to go. It's been great. It's been amazing.
And you got nominated, right, for a SAFT?
A couple,
A couple of
yes.
SAFTs.
I've been through those amazing moments.
Yeah. So tell me about that, accolades. I mean, today we were talking the Oscars.
Yes.
What is the importance of having such accolades, especially on the local level?
Yeah. You know what? I think tonight was just so amazing, especially with the amazing panel we had, you know, and the discourse that was held tonight. I was just so inspired and so just lit, you know, into just the discourse of our industry, what we go through, and these amazing you know, situations that happen within our industry. So when we speak about accolades, I see the importance of them, you know. It was so nice that it was a topic that was actually touched on tonight, and a lovely reminder, you know, of how important they are in the industry. Because we always say, Guti, it's not about them, you know, which isn't, because Ndebalekleyo is the art itself, and what and the role that the art has within our society.
How do you find the strength to continue and keep pushing, even through everything that could be challenging within this industry?
I think something that I would like to highlight with the platform that you're giving me is what actors actually go through. You know,
Internally.
you know what I'm saying? So the bigger sacrifices that we do give outside of the actual sacrifice of the art and us giving ourselves, but you know what I'm saying? So on a Friday it's sports day and you can make it, you know, because you're in set, and you need to understand why you're doing it, and you need to remind yourself why you're doing it. Because what's lovely about it, though, especially when you're doing it because we are Itanda and it brings something in you, is that when you're there in that moment, honestly, everything else just disappears. You know what I'm saying? But Zikona Podi, those sacrifices that are there beyond us being actors and us just being humans, us being mothers, us being sisters. We miss birthdays, you know, we miss sports days, like I mentioned before. So I think for me, those things, as much as they're challenging, they're so meleza as actors. And it's some of the reasons where you're like, because I'm here, I have to do it right. I have to give my all, because there's a lot that I'm sacrificing behind the scenes. So I might as well just give it my all because I'm here.
Coming up, soccer meets street culture, as we have a conversation with the legendary Lucas Radebe and some influencers. Don't go anywhere.